Hey guys, I'm excited about today's project. I always have sprigs of lavender I like to bring in from the garden. I usually would hang them upside down and then dry them out. These ones are not dried yet, but wanted to have something to show you what I'm making. I'm making a dried flower holder that's going to hang next to my door as you come in the house. And I thought that this would be an easy, inexpensive project to do with my sheet moss because I have a lot left over from the moss art that I did in an earlier tutorial. Okay, well, let's get started. First, what you'll need is scissors, a piece of burlap, something round. This is going to be your template. This is smaller than a dinner plate, but larger than the average salad plate that I'm using. If that gives you any idea of... You can make it any size. You can make smaller ones, you can make bigger ones. As long as you make a circle, you're good. Sheet moss. I'm using adhesive sheet moss, but you can use any kind. You would just need to apply glue to it. Maybe E6000 glue would be the best to hold something like that. This is adhesive, so it should just stick to my burlap. And just a little decorative item for at the end that I'm planning on using. And a glue gun is helpful. Okay, so first what I'm going to do is cut my moss. I think, oh, it is going to fit in there. Okay, very nice. All right, so I'm using the plate as a template. Template. Ooh. It'd actually be easier to cut it from the other side as this is slipping around a bit. Maybe I'll get it in there a little bit more. There we go. Just hold it down really tight as you go around. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you can always neaten it up. Hopefully we're staying in the range of the camera here as I'm doing this. So this is it. Just go around it. Getting as close to the edge as you can, but not worrying about perfection. You can put aside the excess, and then take the plate away, and then you can make a neater circle. Again, don't worry about perfection. You won't be able to tell at the end of this. I'll save those for project later. Get the moss cleaned up here so it doesn't get in the glue as I glue it. The burlap, I'm going to cut just a bit bigger because I want to fray it. You'll be fraying this, so again, there's no need to be too worried about perfection. Trying to do it as fast as possible. These videos get long quickly. All right. You have that, and then decide what part you want to show. I kind of like the travel theme. This is burlap I just had around. Trying to decide which side I want in the inside. Do I want that, or do I want it plainer? Okay, I think I want the maybe the blue up top. We have blues in our house, so okay. So on this, I can just peel the try to get the moss off so that it'll really adhere, and kind of center it on top of your burlap and push it down till it's sealed. If it feels like it's pulling up, you can always hot glue the edges. And then again, you can kind of now see what your circle will look like. Then what I do is I like to fray my edges. I like it to look really rustic. Sometimes you got to cut into it a little more to get them to go. Just yank on them, pull on them, and they'll usually run quite quickly. One bad thing about burlap, if you're trying to sew with it or do anything that you want to stay. And don't worry about the longer frays, we'll trim them. This is a really quick gift idea too. Another one that's garden themed. Looks elegant when it's done. Almost there. And you can also keep fraying it after you put it all together. I like to get a lot of it done so that I'll have somewhat of an idea of what it's going to look like. A little rustic. I like rustic, natural looking decor in my home. So these are the type of crafts I tend to do. Okay, it's looking pretty good now, pretty rustic. So we'll just go around and I'll just trim it to neaten it up. And you can take it as short or as long, as much burlap as you want on the edges. Kind of gives you a border to your piece. And you can leave it as frayed as you want. Starting to shape up now. Get some of this out of the way. Okay, we're all cleaned up. And now what you do is just start at the bottom and you roll it. I want it to spread more at the top. So in order to do that, you have to allow the top to go out as you're rolling to get it the width you want at the top. So you keep working with it until you get it the way you want it as you're rolling it. I think I like that. What do you think? I think that's good. Okay, once you get it where you want it to be, please excuse my glue gun. It's about 10 years old. I don't clean it. Just goes back in the drawer when I'm done with it. You can close it at the bottom to keep your flowers from falling out of it. If you're worried about it, I'm not worried about it. These will be probably pretty thick, the ones I end up using. And you can also stuff some old, a little bit of old burlap or scrap burlap down in there to keep them from, so that you can keep your nice shape where it's not all squeezed at the bottom. That's what I would recommend doing. You can add some E6000 if you're worried. Mine's going to be on an underhang on the porch, so it will not get wet. But if it's going to get wet, you'll want to use E6000 glue. You can get it at any hardware store. Okay. Sometimes I like to fold these back. Sometimes I just let them go. Okay, I forgot one important. You're gonna make 2 holes. Kind of centered in the back here. And you just fold up the fabric and snip into it. It's going through 2 layers of fabric. It's nice and thick, so you don't have to worry about it falling apart. So it might take a little finagling with your scissors. And then what I use is jute, which I forgot this part, I'm sorry. To make a hanger with. And just find your holes now that I walked away. There's one right there. Send it through. Then find your other hole. Pull it through. I don't want to waste it. And then however long you would like your hanger to be, that's probably a good length for me. You can make it as long as you want or short. Probably just going to do a knot. And cut them. Okay, and that'll hang on a nail on the door. The moss does shed a little bit as you're moving it around, but okay, so if you'd like to put a little button or As a matter of fact, I think a button probably would have looked better. I'm not sure how I feel about that. So I might just leave it as it is until I get a button. But you could put a button, you could put something to dress it up there, right here, as your closure. You could also make a little bow by just crossing your jute like that and make yourself a little bow to go there. Oh, I like that. That looks cute. Okay, that matches better. Sometimes as you're working through these projects, there, I love that. Okay, perfect. You change your mind, and you'll notice on my videos, I almost always change my mind. I think I'm going to do one thing, and then I do another. But at least you know these are my authentic ideas, that I'm just kind of doing them in my head as I go. Okay, and there you have it. A beautiful, elegant looking, but yet rustic, gardeny looking hanger for your flowers. You could put anything in. You could put greenery in for Christmas. You could have it. You could do all different kinds of pine cones. All kinds of things just coming out of the top would look beautiful. Today I'm going to put in some flowers that I picked out of my garden today. And I'm always looking for somewhere to hang the flowers I dry in my garden. And so there you got it. A beautiful holder for your flowers. Thank you and have a great day.